Hey YouTube, happy quarantine during this god-awful, shitty pandemic. It's definitely been a while since I created any sort of content or posted any video towards my YouTube channel. Again, I apologize for that. College got super busy, didn't have time, I had different priorities all over the place. But, I finally graduated and here I am making a YouTube video. So this video is primarily going to talk about my journey within my tattoos that I got, specifically traditional tattoos. I actually didn't know what I was getting myself into when I started the journey within this kind of style. Here now, I'll most likely make another video about the journey within that, with in-depth my regrets and what I could have done differently when I started getting tattooed all over. Oh, and shout out to Jordan Leech, by the way. He actually coined the idea to me to make a video of this. I've seen other YouTube videos like this, but I like the way how he really edited it out, brought his own style towards it. Again, shout out to you, Jordan. Hope you like this video too. So with that being said, I'll be talking about my tattoos. So what I'll do is that I'll also be able to mention the tattoo shops that I've been to, and also drop down the artists that did my tattoos, except for the ones that I don't like, which is another story for later. So the first tattoo I got was this dagger here. I got it over at Idle Hand in San Francisco. The owner of Idle Hand actually did this one. I went super late during the day. It was already close to closing time, around like 6:30. The shop was gonna close at 8, and the owner, Holly, did this. I told her like, hey, this is gonna be my first tattoo. Not really sure what I'm getting myself into. The first time I experienced it wasn't as bad as the pain I thought it would be. I was pretty ready for the most part. I felt ready. I was gonna experience the pain. Like, okay, the pain is gonna be what it is. She did this in a black and red color. I didn't really think I was gonna go for color at all. I thought I was just gonna go for black, but it turned out pretty cool. At first it didn't heal well. Just being a first time person getting a tattoo, pretty negligent of taking care of your tattoo, but I mean, it healed okay for the most part, but I definitely still want to get a little bit touched up. So the second tattoo I got was this flower type of heart, whatever, I don't know, I just picked it out of a flash. It was during a Valentine's Day special at a tattoo shop called Mom's, also located in San Francisco. I really don't like this tattoo, actually. I wish I gotten something else maybe, but the shading wasn't really filled in certain areas. It didn't heal well, just a little bit. I think it was just a negligence of care. Third tattoo was this rose bird type. It's also a classic from what I've been hearing. Holly also did this one again at a get what you get type of special. There's not really much to it. I mean, I like the tattoo. So the fourth tattoo I got was this peacock right here, done by Gary Royal, also a tattooer at Idle Hand. The fifth one I got was the scorpion, done by Ross. He's also a tattoo artist at Idle Hand, one of the best guys that I know since he does the majority of my tattoos. Sixth one, he did this wolf head. This one was my seventh one. Austin Maples, also another tattooer at Idle Hand. He did this little guy. It's a duck with beer, a drunken duck with a beer. Next one is a black sacred heart I got done at Haight Nash Berry Tattoo and Piercing, also located in San Francisco. I actually don't like this tattoo. I really hate this one actually, and I think I'm going to get this covered up or touched up depending on what the situation is. Like I said, I really hate it. It didn't heal well. I thought it was going to look cool. Didn't look cool as I thought it would after it healed. So yeah, really don't like this tattoo. My ninth tattoo I got was this rose right here with the Uniqlo. I got this done over at Black Sea Tattoos over in Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek, it's on the opposite side from where San Francisco is. Brandon Bear's Tattoos, he did this one from what I remember. Got this done maybe a little over 2 years ago, so yeah. My next one, this one's actually one of my favorites. I got a girl head, lady head with a snake wrapped around, kind of like a fortune teller type of feel, or like a really old type of tattoo. A lot of people actually like this one from what people have been telling me. My main man, Ross, he did this one. I really like what he did with it. He added different styles and textures of color within it, so I really like this one. The next one was my elbow tattoo. Ross also did this one right here. This was one of the most painful tattoos I've ever had to endure because of the shading within the inner part, like right here. I remember that when I was laying face down on the massage table, I was digging my face into the pillow because that's how super painful it was. I was able to do this about 2.5 hours, which wasn't too bad for the most part. We did take a pretty long break after the lining was done and everything. So yeah. And 2 weeks later, I got my other elbow tattooed. This wasn't as painful as the right one because I kind of had a feeling of already what the tattoo pain would be for an elbow, so I was already ready for it. This one took 2 hours, I believe. Yeah, 2 hours within this tattoo, and it worked pretty fast, and I actually really like this one. I do have to go back to get it touched up a little bit. Same with this one. Yeah, I have both flower mandalas tattooed on both of my elbows. The next one, I got this butterfly right here, done by Gary Royal. It's a gap filler that I wanted. Originally, I wanted something to gap out between the rose and the snake lady, but Gary said that it'll be a little bit difficult to get something to micro tat because I don't have anything back here yet, so it'd be hard to find like a pretty good gap filler within that. I'll be getting something in the back here later so I can find something to fill that up with. If you have any ideas, just let me know what I can fill up within here. I'm open to different suggestions and all that. So yeah, Gary did this one. My next one, I got my shin done actually right here. I got a clipper ship done by Ross. Funny story about this tattoo. Got it when I was sleeping for almost 48 hours during that time because the day before I had a work retreat over in Marin County, kind of by the Golden Gate Bridge. Work had us do all these crazy activities. We went to the beach, we had like these bonfires, hanging out with all of my other coworkers, and it was just very taxing and draining. After the work retreat, I got back around 1 or 2 in the afternoon the next day. Then I had to take Bart to the city, and then I had to walk to the tattoo shop, and I was already tired. Luckily, I did get some food in me after, just waiting for my tattoo artist, Ross, to just draw up the clipper ship and figure out what are some good styles within the clipper ship. So yeah, but like I said, I was super just drained. We went 3 hours on this tattoo. The lining didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. It was just the shading part where I was just laying flat down on the massage table, and as he was just shading in, I was just rubbing my eyes, not moving much as around, but just moving my hands or just crunching it because of how painful it was. The next tattoo I got was this theme tattoo of a cove and a beach over in Marin County. Is where the theme was dedicated to. I got this done also at Idle Hand. Originally I wanted to go to Ross for it because I went during a walk-in, but Ross was going to be busy the whole day, so I took another tattoo artist that was able to do the tattoo for me. His name is Matt House. He used to be a tattooer at Idle Hand. Now he works over in Full Circle in San Diego. So he was able to do this one. I really like the colors that he did because he put blue, like this very light blue, and it was able to heal very well. And I don't really get a lot of blue within my tattoos besides the elbow tattoo that I have, but he was able to add blue. This is actually one of the few tattoos that has any significant meaning versus all the other ones that I have. This was actually dedicated to the work retreat, which I just talked about for my shin tattoo. I took a picture of the cove, and there's a log in the tattoo. That's where a friend and we sat down and we had a very good conversation. And this is actually a very close friend of mine. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent on that. Just the cove, the log, the beach, that's what it's dedicated to. So the next tattoo I got was shoulder cap of a spider web around the wolf. Ross, he did this one. The wolf was a little bit smaller. I thought it was gonna be big, really, but it was small when I got on my shoulder, and I have a bigger arm. To not make it look awkward, I just shoulder capped it. The next tattoo I got was the death head moth right here. Very dark colors. Still colors, but dark colors. Ross did this one. So also next. I'm trying to figure out which one I got next. Oh yeah, it's a snake head tattoo. This was an old design that also Ross told me I forgot who the original tattoo artist was because he showed me on his iPad. A very old design. He did it in his own interpretation from what he told me. The next tattoo I got, this is actually also one of my favorites, was a rose lady. Originally my plan for the tattoo of the idea was I wanted the lady to like look up, looming out of the rose kind of, but Ross did it in a way where it was like hiding. It worked out really well. A lot of people actually like this tattoo as well. So yeah, got this one done. I got another girl head. This is also another old classic design. I went to schedule an appointment with Ross again. And I told him, hey, I'm fresh out of ideas, so if you want to tattoo anything that can gap the leaf from the mandala and also the death head moth, so there can be some space for the ditch, just, you know, tattoo whatever you feel like. He did give me options. He was coining me a dragon head, a Native American head, a girl head, or like a skull from what I can remember. I already had the skull in mind for something different, a different body part of what I wanted to get, or somewhere on my leg. So I said, yeah, let's do another girl head. So we picked this old design. I forgot what it was. I really like it because of the headband. It's got that scarf look. The next tattoo I got was this rose with spider webs on my knee that Ross did as well. I really didn't know that it was going to be that painful. I thought it was just going to be a little bit of the same as my elbows. This was actually the most painful tattoo, probably next to the shin. Yeah, the knee hurts way more than the elbow in my personal opinion. Ross did this. We went 2 hours on this, which is surprisingly fast for a knee tattoo, but he did a very good job on it. He added a little bit of pink on the ends of the leaves. I really liked how the spider webs are in different areas of my knee. Next one is the ditch tattoo. Ross did this as well. I went in on like a walk-in over the summer, like last year, and I just said, hey, let's do something different because I don't want like a flower or anything. I wanted something different that would be a really good filler, so I got like those in the ditch. He did it in like a black and gray color, and then with some red, like a circular like border type. Then he did the flower filler right here because it kind of looked awkward that I had like a smaller wolf and like all this extra space, so he did that. And then he added blood drops to the wolf head because, as mentioned, it would just look awkward with extra space when I could just add in extra fillers. Next tattoo I got was the horseshoe, also done by Ross. I really like this tattoo because he added different styles of flowers than just any other like flower. Here, let me show you. So he added like these type of flowers that have like the heart shape in it. The only regret that I have with this tattoo is that I regret not taking care of it as much, because this was a tattoo that I haven't gotten since the flower and blood drops over the summer. I got this tattoo done in November of last year. I was in SF for kind of like the whole day, early morning to maybe 4 or 5. I had to take the train back to the East Bay, and then from the East Bay I had to drive all over to the Central Valley in Manteca for a friend's birthday party. So I didn't really get to eat. All I really had was water and coffee in my system the whole day. And since it was a party, you know, obviously drinking and not eating as much. I mean, there was food, but it was already taken for the most part. So my body just didn't react well with how I was taking care of this tattoo, so that's something that I regret. So I'm gonna get this touched up in the future by Ross. Last tattoo is the hourglass right here that I got. Here, I'll stand up. Yeah, so it's actually one of my favorite tattoos that's not a girl head. I really like this one because Ross added a lot of darker colors with it to just accentuate my dark skin, obviously. Really gave it that glass look as much as he tried to. He had a lot of gray in it, which is very rare to see within a dark-skinned person. So I really like that. And then he also added the scythe. It wasn't even in my original idea. I just told him, hey, just give me an hourglass tattoo. But he was able to add it, so that was really cool. And he also added like a green and yellow color type of sand instead of a brown sand. So because the brown sand would just kind of just mix in already with the other colors that I have. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. Just give it that very weird, colorful, different type of look. And that concludes all of the tattoos that I have. Eventually in the future, I'll be looking to go back to Idle Hand or find a different shop. I'm currently in Southern California at my folks' house because I already finished college. I'm not dorming there anymore. Who knows when I'll move back to the Bay Area or go back to Idle Hand just to visit. So yeah, might as well just find a different tattoo shop that is really good at traditional tattoos, and we'll just see from there. Yeah, hope everyone stays safe, healthy. Hopefully this pandemic doesn't last too long. Wear the mask, please. Listen to the experts, and yeah, and stay safe.